It's only mid-January and I've already had many clients reporting that they've failed because they started their new year with great intentions by setting goals, yet they've already fallen off the wagon. They feel disappointed, discouraged, unmotivated, disheartened, and say they feel like a failure. Is it because they're lazy or procrastinators? Assume they're legitimately trying. The answer is no. Today, I'm going to answer the following. Is it normal to struggle so much with achieving your New Year's resolutions? 2, given we choose what we want to change, why do people typically fail with their resolutions? 3, are setting New Year's resolutions useless? Or what can you do about failed resolutions? And then I'm going to include a bonus. I'll provide further tips on how to keep your New Year's resolutions. So let me get right into it. First, is it normal to struggle so much with achieving your New Year's resolutions? The answer is yes. Now, if you've already fallen off the wagon, take a deep breath and know you're not alone. Research shows that about 80% of people abandon their New Year's resolutions by February. The cycle of goal setting, loss of motivation, and eventual failure is extremely common. So, next point, given we actually choose what we want to change, why is it so hard to keep our New Year's resolutions? Well, we tend to set large goals or have huge expectations, and this is often without a plan, or we make goals that are unrealistic based on where we currently are. We only focus on the outcome, and if our goals are too broad, such as I want to improve on my relationship, without outlining a concrete strategy. Another piece is focusing on our failed attempts, not doing what we're supposed to do. Falling off the wagon is bad, leading us to feeling like a failure. Another piece is falling short of our expectations. So the default is if we fall short of those expectations, we become very hard on ourselves with critical self-talk. This leads to a lack of motivation, low confidence, low self-esteem, discouragement, and ultimately giving up on our New Year's resolutions. Sometimes our goals that are set are based on goals that necessarily not what we want, but what we think we have to do. The other piece is assuming if we fail, it's our fault and there's nothing else we can do. So the next piece of this segment is, are setting New Year's resolutions useless then? The answer is a resounding no. What to do with your failed New Year's resolutions? Well, don't throw them out. Let's recycle them. You might be saying, well, how? Well, let's go over the reasons I just explained, and I'm going to break it down how you can recycle each one of them. So the first one, the one piece that you can do is set new and better goals. So view resolutions as a secret puzzle piece or level to a game, and you learn what not to do. So you modify your goals based on this knowledge. So as an example, rather than focusing on a really big goal, how about you set some smaller, more realistic goals that will ultimately get you to where you want to be? An important part of setting a realistic goal is identifying where you are right now. Set goals that are not only realistic, but actually feel easy initially. Because if we set a goal, even a small one, and we accomplish it, we're more likely to continue working toward a slightly larger goal. So if your overall resolution is to exercise more and you aren't exercising at all, set a smaller goal by maybe going for a walk maybe twice a week, or replace that with an at-home workout or two. Once you accomplish that goal, you can increase the frequency and the intensity. Goals are successful when we start small so we don't overwhelm ourselves and revert back to previous behaviors. The next point, how about refocusing on current behaviors rather than the outcome? So if you want the goal to be get healthy or improve upon relationships, set a plan around a behavior that can help you achieve that goal. It'll help you narrow your focus and make it easier for you to recognize what you need to adjust your behaviors to better fit your goals. So if your resolutions are not working out, think of specific behaviors that will get you closer to that goal, such as drinking a certain amount of water per day, eating more fruits and vegetables, developing a good sleep routine, and/or moving every day. By focusing on the behaviors and smaller habits, This makes our goal more achievable. It also leads to building more confidence because it can lead to setting bigger goals, eventually leading to a more desired result. Another suggestion is reframe your idea of failure. Rather than seeing failure as black and white, right or wrong, I should do this, I didn't succeed, or I did succeed at this goal. See any movement in a positive direction, regardless of how small. Even small steps are successful ones. It's also important to be realistic, that some weeks are going to be better than others, and that's okay as long as the effort continues. In other words, I want you to be stubborn and persevere. Also, be aware of self-compassion. When we feel what we have not succeeded at a goal, our default is to be hard on ourselves. But being critical of yourself is not motivating, or often is not. If you're having difficulty speaking kindly to yourself, ask yourself, what would I tell a friend in this type of situation? This includes being realistic that experiencing setbacks is normal. We typically want things done yesterday or achieve things yesterday, but remember that cliche that Rome wasn't built in a day. Also, focus on your values. By creating goals that are in line with your values, you're more likely to stick with them. So if we set goals because we think we have to do them, that's what others expect of us, our goals become externally motivated to make other people happy. And if that's not in line with our values, we tend to give up on those goals, or it becomes difficult, if not impossible, to achieve. And if we do achieve these, we are often dissatisfied. Remind yourself of your why. Why did I want this goal in the first place? How would my life be different if I did achieve these goals? That can help you feel motivated. Another piece, remind yourself that your resolution can be renegotiated. If a resolution didn't work out, it was likely too big, or it didn't align with what you value, and therefore you didn't complete it. Now, that doesn't mean you're a failure. It just means the resolution needs to be adjusted to better fit our needs, our lifestyle, and our values. This is the bonus. The further tips to keeping your New Year's resolutions. Write your resolution down. Start with a concrete, realistic plan and write it down. That's the first step as far as taking accountability. There's something about seeing it on paper that makes it more real to us than versus just having a thought of, I'm going to do X. Now, you can share it with select friends, but be specific on what you're going to do to reach your goal. So if it's to enter a bodybuilding competition as your goal, what are you going to do to get there? Be more specific. And again, that helps you be more accountable to those behavioral steps. Another is, what about setting 30-day challenges rather than 365-day challenges? Give yourself mini 30-day practical, achievable challenges rather than these massive year-long ordeals you'll need more time to finish. Because 30-day challenges are easier to start and finish because you know they're not going to last forever. They're easier to repeat, and that helps address, on some level, procrastination. Another bonus tip is take 2 minutes a day to be more grateful. The simple act of acknowledging what you're grateful for each day can make you happier, healthier, and even sleep better. Another tip is reach out to a friend or family member every day. Even if it's just texting them a funny meme, it helps to recharge your battery because we get so busy in our day-to-day lives that making time for somebody else like a friend or family member can put things in perspective and makes you realize who and what's important in your life. Another tip, set realistic timelines. If you're aiming for something big, like competing at a larger, more competitive show, give yourself a reasonable timeline. If you need to hire a coach to help both with your off-season as well as your prep, do so. Strategize and plan how many weeks you're going to build lean muscle tissue in your off-season, including how you're going to bring up your weaker body parts, such as by the type of exercises you will do to target those areas, as well as frequency and training style. Same process for when you're prepped to cut down the fat, bringing in that conditioning and separation. Plan, strategize. How are you going to do it? Regardless of the resolution, don't give up on it too quickly. Changes can take several weeks, and if needed, you can always make edits to your game plan. I hope you've learned something from this video, and if so, please give it a thumbs up and leave me a comment below of what resonated with you. I also have another video I want you to watch. It's called Why the F Word is Good for You. And if you've not subscribed to the channel, please do so. And remember to select the bell icon to be notified of future videos. If you have any questions or suggestions for future videos, please comment below. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, everybody. Take care, and remember to keep your mental game on.